Hello, 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 and welcome to Joe Daddy's Garage and the Monday night live stream. I've been doing this for quite a while. In fact, so long. Let me see what's going on up here. Oh, I have a little spider web going. um, Doing this for well over a year. During the COVID stuff and all that stuff going on, and still going on. I've been trying to do these live streams, and I do them on Mondays at 7, and I've been doing them on Thursdays at 3 in the afternoon. And basically, this is just a get together, chat, talk about what's going on, what people are doing with their projects. People have questions. We try to answer them, or have ideas. We try to troubleshoot and help each other out as much as we can. Usually, we have a pretty good turnout. And if you noticed in the titling of my YouTube when I posted it, I mentioned there will be a giveaway. Well, what I want to do is I was trying to figure out. My wife watches this woman who does cricket stuff, the craft, cricket, whatever, and she does giveaways. And I don't know how she does it. Like, she has hundreds of people on her live stream. And what she does, from what my wife tells me, is she needs to have like 50 thumbs up on the video, and then she asks people to share the video and get more people on the stream and that sort of thing. Now, she has quite the following as far as this cricket stuff. We've had at the most, I think we've had 130 people on here on one night, one live, one at one time we had like 130 people going. So what I want to do now, I'm going to have to restrict this to basically the US, I guess maybe Canada, I don't know, but I'm going to have to restrict this. I want to give away a hat or a t-shirt. Now, I'll tell you this, the t-shirt, I have ordered these t-shirts. These are the ones that Andrew Grease Rookie made, designed for me. I ordered 3 of these shirts, and they screwed them up. This shirt came out correct. As you can see, it's got the lettering up high. I actually have 2 versions, 2 of these shirts, a long sleeve and a short sleeve. And if you'll look, you see where this print is, and then look where this print is. Not good. Way too low. So what I'm going to do, I don't know how I don't know how this woman does it, where she gets people, during the live stream. I don't know what kind of program she has. I'm not that advanced. So what I need to see, and I'm letting everybody know this, I need to see 50 thumbs up on this live stream. So whoever's here, hit the like button, okay? And then I think the way I'm going to have to do it, is I need to, because I can't just pull the names off of the chat box. And I've done giveaways before. It was where I announced what the giveaway would be, and then everybody that commented was in the drawing. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do it like that. I don't know, again, how this woman does this. Anybody can give me some ideas, let me know. But the idea is that leave a comment, not on the chat, leave a comment on the video. And your comment needs to be either hat or shirt. Hat or shirt, right? And I've got trucker style hats, I've got baseball style hats. We can figure out what you want from there. But the shirt, just know this is a large. This is probably something you want to hang on the wall if you're gonna get it, because it's just not right. It should be way up here that they have the print, and they messed it up, put it way down there, right on top of the belly area. So this would be something you could hang in the garage. But that's the way I'm gonna have to do it. Now, whether I can do the drawing, here tonight, I don't know. I don't know that I can. So what I might have to do is, and I'll have to close it to where it's only the people that are here, right? The only people that are here, so that everybody's here. Leave a comment, hat or shirt, and then we'll see what we can do. Maybe I have to do the drawing on my own, independent. and then announce it. You know, I could probably tell the person who won, but announce it on next Monday on the live stream. So thumbs up, comment, hat or shirt, your choice, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I'm trying. You know, I'm trying, and I keep seeing my Wi-Fi, my thing is still screwing up. I even rebooted everything. There's nothing running off of our internet right now. I mean, nothing in the house. So I don't understand what's going on. So if this goes kind of fuzzy or something, just hang in there. Usually it corrects itself and comes back. And I apologize in advance. But right off the bat, we have Chris Greenaway showing up from Canada. Glad you're here. Terry Keithley, hi Barry. Terry here. With coffee, please everyone hit the like button. Yes, by all means. Rick Stevenson checking in. Glad you're here. Dale, hello from dry, hot Northern California. Glad you're here. Roger, Hindsight67 checking in from next door. Bob, good evening all from Oklahoma. Glad you're here. Ben says hi. Well, hi, Ben. Wally, 68 Mustang Restoration. Hope everyone had a great weekend, even better Monday night at Joe Daddy's Garage. Wally, I need to ask. I sent you some pictures recently. I don't know if you got them. I didn't get any response. So I had sent you some pictures that I thought you might find useful for your project, but I didn't get any response. So let me know if you got those pictures. Leonard, evening all. How's everyone doing? Anything happening? Not a lot is happening right now, other than me just rambling on. But you know, making videos. I have so many things that I've filmed that I have to get on condensed and put into onto YouTube. You know, I posted the one earlier today with the grill surround, and you know, I wanted that video was meant to be the grill and bumper. I pointed the bumper on, and I had problems with the bumper, so I just ended that video and then approached it separately. So there'll be another video coming with some information about the bumper that everybody could probably use. Harvey, hello, Eric from the Mustang Ranch in New Jersey. Glad you're here. Glad you're here, Harvey. Luigi, I'll go for that t-shirt. For the t-shirt, okay. Well, like I said, everybody needs to leave a comment on the video, on the actual video, not just the chat box over there, not just the chat box. Nick, hello. Going to pick up a motor since I got my valve cover. Well, most of the motor. Okay, cool. Oh wow, yeah. Let me download that and lock up my internet. Here we go. I'm going to pull that up. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to get some coffee. Thanks to Rick. And I will say, I don't know. I'm hoping this is still working. I received an email earlier today that a package was arriving from FedEx. And it didn't say who sent it. So I don't know who sent it. I don't know what's coming. But somebody sent me something via FedEx. So here's Nick's valve cover. Ooh, shiny. Oh, I like that, Nick. Yep. That gets a 2-bell notification. Nice job. I like it. Dakota. Howdy, Joe. Dakota Patusik. Patusik? I'm guessing. Patusik. Dan checking in from the sandbox. Glad you're here. Chris, how are you? I think I'm fine. Actually, the weather's been pretty decent today. The humidity was only at like 85%. Yeah, leave a comment on the video, not here, not on the chat box. It won't work on the live stream because I can't track what everybody is putting in. I can't sit here and write down your name and put it, so it's not going to work. You have to do it on the video itself. So let me see if everybody's starting to see that. well, it's not showing any comments yet. It's got 22 likes on the video. So just to be clear, again, in the chat box, it's not going to help. Go to the video itself if you can and leave a comment there. So I'm having several that are commenting hat. Dakota says Mustang. Harvey, did you turn the compressor off? I did. Well, actually, I shut the valve off. So yeah, it's technically off. Chris did his bed, contemplating selling another hobby to get ahead on a project car. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Luigi, don't rush it, Chris. Yeah. Wally, I had responded. I had the extension on my get. No, this is something else, Wally. This is another thing I sent you with several pictures. It has to do with the interior of the car. So might want to check your notifications. See if it shows up. Dakota, you're the first person to ever pronounce my last name correctly the first time. Trust me, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I'm glad. Awesome. First time. Chris, Nick, a little too nice to put in a car. One oil change. I'm about to pull it out to clean it. I hope not. Brian, hello, all again from North Idaho. Hey, Barry, on my screen, I can't leave a normal comment. Okay. Well, the comments. See, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Basically, I don't know if you can, because you're all tuning in through StreamYard. So I don't know. I'll do it like this because I can't track everybody on the side. I don't think I'd be able to keep up with that. I don't think that I'd be able to keep up with that. Let me see what the thumbs up are doing on the like buttons. Like I said, we need to have like 50 likes. We've got 25 right now. So basically, that Chris says the way you can do it is after the live is ended. So that's a good point. That's all I can offer. After the live stream, leave a comment on the video. I don't know how else to do it because I don't have an I don't have like a beer assistant where we can write everything down. So it'll come on after the video, after the live stream is over. Go back and leave a comment. I'll just do it that way. Just leave a comment, hat or shirt, after the live stream is over. Yeah, like I said, I'm experimenting. I'm trying to figure out a way to make this work. That woman my wife watches, I don't know what she has, some sort of program that keeps up with it. I don't know. I'm not that tech savvy. I'm pretty simple in the grand scheme of things. Dawn is checking in from Dawn's Manufactory. Glad you're here. Richard, hello from rainy, hot Florida. Ooh, yeah. Chris, after live. Yes. Leonard says 50 plus thumbs up. Yes. Hey, the more the better. That's how it helps with this whole process. And like I said, I've always said on all my videos, and I'm going to try to be, again, proactive with this. On all the videos that go up, I really need everybody to hit a thumbs up on that video. I mean, I feel like it's unlikely, unless there are a few people who have a personal agenda for some reason where they want to put put a thumbs down for whatever reason. I mean, they'll hit the thumbs down button before I even, the first minute of the video that it's live or whatever. They're over there hitting the thumbs down. I don't care what he has to say. I hate him. Click, for whatever reason. And I don't know why, or who would consider me that way, that they want to just I'm tired of this guy. I'm subscribed, but I'm gonna hate this guy. So anyway, the thumbs up that lets YouTube know that, hey, people are watching this, and it gets more people interested. Currently we have 25 likes. Let me see if that goes up at all. We are now at 29. So the number is climbing, which is good. Chris Green would love a long weekend, but hate it slows down the progress on my car. Yes. Rick says, I thought your beer assistant lived next door. Yeah. Roger, drawing will be held at what time? Got to give it some sort of cutoff, I think. Okay. So what I will do, because I want people to watch the video. Obviously, I want people to be part of this. So maybe what I'll do is just let it run till, let's see, it's 7 o'clock now. So maybe the cutoff should be, I don't know, 24 hours. Maybe I'll just give it 24 hours. How about that? I'll just give it 24 hours, and whatever the number is at that point, that's my cutoff. And then what I'll do is do a drawing from that. Wally says, nothing on my phone, firing up desktop to search emails. Okay. Well, it was one of those, I've sent you, it's probably an email, honestly, because I know I had sent it through some sort of messaging. I don't know. Whatever I've sent it to you before is how I sent it recently. And I didn't know if you had gotten those or not. So have a look at it. Leonard, must be Airedales. Airedales? What? Airedales? I've heard that term, but I don't know what that means. Clark, which 10 of you are not complying? And we've got 39, 38. So at least that's what it's showing on my tally. Chris Berry, YouTube doesn't mate likes, dislikes, comments that all factors showing the video. Oh, doesn't. Okay, YouTube doesn't matter likes, dislikes, I guess. Comments that all factors showing the video is active. Yes, it does. It does. Nick, it might be me. Sometimes I hold my phone upside down. Sorry. No. Dawn, I can like from 3 different IDs. Yeah. Yeah, make it count. Make it count. Gotcha, Chris. Nick, also I've decided just not use oil in my motor. It will work fantastic for the life of the motor. You know, it's funny you mention that. And it's not funny you mention that. I have some friends who live over in Alabama, and they're on the lake, and they have, boats and whatever. And I'm not blaming him for what happened, but they were out on a boat, and they were cruising, pulling jet ski or pulling water skiers or something, and the boat went clickety click, clank, blunk, whatever. The engine quit, and he was like, "What's going on?" And so apparently, now maintenance is key. Maintenance is key with everything. Whether you're checking your oil, checking your brake fluid, checking your everything, you know how it is. Apparently, he had been relying on the check engine light, the oil light, to put oil in his boat. And I guess the light failed. And I understand that. I do. You're used to doing something a certain way, and it's not, every day that you're going to go, well, let me pull up the big thing, open it up, and check the oil. Well, it came back and bit him. I guess the block is okay, but everything else is kaput. So he's having to get the engine rebuilt in his boat. So yeah, just an observation. Ben, what do you think your batting average is with these aftermarket products? I saw you had to adjust, twist, pull, and turn the latest grill adventure. I could tell you this: my batting average is better, and I hate to say this, but it's better with Auto Metal Direct. If I was working on, building another Camaro or something, and I bought parts from Auto Metal Direct, hardly any work has to go into those to make them fit the car. Unfortunately, they don't make parts for Mustangs. And I had a discussion with somebody who's involved with Auto Metal Direct directly, and they said, we don't want to get involved because in effect, it's more of a courtesy to other companies. They don't want to, it's kind of like you're stepping on somebody's toes when you really branch into those other markets. So let's say Dynacorn has the Mustang, market. Autometal Direct has Mopars and some Chevy stuff and limited Ford things. So it's kind of a courtesy that they're not, don't cross the streams, and make a mess of things. So that's why they're not. But Autometal Direct has been great for GM stuff and Dodge stuff. But anymore, I don't know that anything that I pulled out of the box just fits, for the Mustang. I really can't think of anything other than some miscellaneous parts, like I even have trouble with that. I'm gonna say I put the washer bottle in the car and it didn't line up perfectly. Now it could have been the bottle or it could have been the aftermarket panel. I don't know, but the holes weren't where they needed to be. So I'd say it's pretty low average. I'd say, like 200 maybe. Not bad, maybe 150. I don't know. It's not very good. Brian, I'm building my 302 now and would like some suggestions. It's a bone stock 302 with only a 4-barrel intake and FitTech as added goodies. Any suggestions for a mild cam? I do have a suggestion for a cam, but I can't tell you what the numbers are right now. If you go back to the Jade video, look up the muffler video that I put the muffler on the car. And I made a video of the car running. In the description or in the first comment, I actually list the cam specs for this car. So you could look at that and see if that interests you. Austin, hi Barry. Hi Austin, glad you're here. What are you discussing about a drawing in 24 hours? I'm giving away a hat. I don't know which, I have several different styles of hats. Or I'm going to give away this T-shirt. This is a error print or print error from Teespring. This is the shirt that I ordered. This is what I wanted, the nice, and this is what they printed on these other ones. So basically, it's way off. It's way off. It's way down here. So I'm going to give this away. Now this would be something you could hang on the wall. You could probably frame it. Just put it in a frame or something, and at least have something from the shop with some dust from Jade on it. So there's some dust from Jade. So basically, when and again, I have to keep this within the U.S. I'm not going to be able to ship this stuff overseas. But when I need to like the video, like this live stream right now, I'd like to get 50 likes on the live stream, and then after the video is over, because I don't know any other way to do this. I really struggle with trying to take advantage of the technologies that are out there. After this is over, leave a comment on the video. Once the stream is over, everybody leave a comment. The comment needs to be hat or shirt, one of the two. And then we'll go from there. I'll do a drawing in 24 hours. I'll do a drawing, and I will contact whoever wins, and we'll go from there. As to how we're going to handle this, whether we want to kind of hack one or whatever, and then get it shipped out. Leonard, that's what we call guys in air squadrons on carriers. Yeah, I guess I haven't heard that term in quite a while, so I get it. Greg's Workshop checking in. Glad you're here. Dakota, my 80s Honda ATV hasn't had an oil change in about 5 years, and I haven't checked it or had oil just as long. She's still chugging along strong. It's funny. I have a little Honda 70 four-wheeler, one of the first ones, where it's solid axle. There is no suspension on that thing. My kids rode that thing all over the place, and I never ever even checked the oil in it when I bought it. It had hundreds of hours on it when I bought it, and I never did check the oil. Then one day I decided, you know what? Maybe I should change the oil in this little Honda. And so I rolled in the garage and I took the oil cap, the drain plug off, and it was like, I don't know. It was thicker. It was like molasses. It just kind of it was I almost had to pull it out of the crankcase. So I thought, oh wow, how has this thing stayed running this long? But it's a Honda, little Honda. And I did change it. I flushed it out and I put in some fresh oil. It didn't make any difference. It didn't care. Dennis, Iberian Gang, Western Canada, very hot and burning. Hope you are all doing well. Well, I hope you don't mean literally burning. We don't want that. Rick Gain, forget the courtesy. I'd rather good quality parts from a quality company. That's true, I know, but they won't do that. They won't do that. Chris, Automotive Direct is great for GM Mopar. I had a friend in high school that put a dart fender on, only needed a skin coat of primer to make it straight. Yeah, they do amazing job with Mopars and Chevy stuff. Clark, AMD should make coupe roofs and rain gutters. Yeah, that would be a niche market. That would be a niche market. Chris, Brian, use Dave Vizard's cam profile website. You throw all your information. It's about okay. So you're talking about the cam specs. Okay. Greg says, very nice t-shirt. Yep. Thank you. Austin, the dust from Jade would make my car really jealous. Yep. Dawn, thanks for the explanation about the drawing, but I couldn't understand web problem. Okay. Yeah, like I said, after this live stream is over, just leave a comment on the video. Hat or shirt. Your choice. Okay, so Kristen and Brian are going back and forth. Jordan, they say if it still leaks oil, it still has oil. Good point. Good point. Until it doesn't. When you mention that, you talk about if it. I'll talk about an old car story. When I was in a mill, I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to talk about it because we're talking about oil and lack of oil. I had a '67 Plymouth Belvedere. I've mentioned that before. And I was in the Army, and anyway, I'd had the car, and I was driving it around, and everywhere I went, before I went somewhere, I had to dump a quart of oil in it. It didn't matter where you were going, how far you were going, just dump a quart of oil in it just to be safe. So I was doing that over and over and over. And I ended up, me and a friend, we had gone to the movies. We were coming back, and the oil light came on. I didn't have any more oil, and I said, I'm done. I'm done. I am not putting any more oil in this car. And what I did, I put it to the floor. I punched it. I mean, that car, we got it up to, I don't know how quick we went up to 85, 90 miles an hour coming down the interstate. And it let loose. It came undone. Pieces. And I kicked it neutral, and I coasted it as far as I could. And I got off to the side of the road. My buddy was with me, and he says, looks at me, and he's not a mechanic by any means. He looks at me and says, what do we do now? And I said, we start walking. So we got out of the car and walked back to the barracks. Had to go get it later. Lewis, hello, Barry. Learning so many great tips from you. Good. That's good to hear. Ben, the only cure for the aftermarket parts, trauma, Krispy Kreme. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Chris, Barry, what would be your mid-size dream car? Mid-size. So you always stump me with this mid-size thing. Because mid-size means different things in different eras of cars. Gosh. Well, I mean, I could easily default and say, a Mustang, right? Easily default 69, Mach 1, blah, blah, blah. That to me is a mid-size car. But I've said it before. I still have a fixation with the 78 Chevy Malibu. I don't know why. It's a box. It's a shoebox, box, whatever. I like the cars. I like the way they look. And, a lot of people turn them into drag cars. I would like to have one of those that was a factory 4-speed and the 78 version where you could actually get a 350 engine in it. So if anybody's got one of those laying around they want to give to me, I'll be happy to take it. But I would really like to have that. And of course, there's all kinds of other cars that fall into that category, but I still have a fixation with that 78 Malibu. Mason, how's it going, Daddy's Garage? Can I send you a picture of this Roadrunner? It's got some big tires on it. Wanted to ask you what size the tires are on it. Well, you can send me a picture. I don't know if we can determine what size the tires are or not. Greg, Barry, if I win the hat, I will pay the shipping if that's okay with you. Yeah, that's fine, Greg. That's fine. We can do that. Wally, they were in my spam folder. Sorry about that. I see the issue, but I hope mine are flush to the kick panel, but great heads up. And this is going to be an upcoming video that I'm making. Because Wally had talked about his foot washer pump in his convertible that he's building. And, sometimes things get in your way. You don't realize it. But what I did is I did a video putting the washer pump back in the car and reassembling the vent or whatever, putting that stuff back in. And I got to looking at it, and I realized that on the side of the car where the kick panel is, normally you'd have a smooth kick panel in these cars. Well, I happen to have the kick panels with speakers built in. So the speakers stick out 2.5, it's raining outside, stick out about 2.5 inches. Well, if you do a visual on that, the speaker, let me pull this away. Let's just say this is the speaker, I'm not saying just how wide this is, but behind it is the foot pedal for the pump. And the gap is only a little space, like about that. So this is one of those things where I talk about, test fitting and making sure. And what ends up being a problem is if I actually want to use that thing, I don't know that I could get my foot between the speaker and the pump. And I wanted to let Wally know because I know he's doing some sound system and stuff in his car, and I don't know what his configuration is. But what I ended up doing is you have 4 mount holes for the pump that go to the firewall. There's 4 mount holes. They just go into dead space on the other side of the firewall. So what I did, and if I can explain this properly, if I can do a visual, I'll have to think backwards here. Let's say these holes were the inboard towards the tranny tunnel, and this is the outboard towards the firewall. I took towards the kick panel. I took the bracket and I moved it over to where I accessed the hole that was more inboard towards the tranny tunnel, moved the whole bracket over, picked up that hole, and then re-drilled the other 3. And what that did was it shifted over, about that far. So when the speaker's in place, now the pedal is over here. So something to think about. If you're ever doing something like that, you want to consider what gets in your way. And that's why I share stuff like that. I try to get information out there so everybody has an idea of what could be a stumbling block. Hey, we're up to 42 likes, 119 views. Cool. Very good. Let's see. Wally, Derek. Hi, Barry, everyone. Hope you're well. Jade is coming along great. We just came out of lockdown 5 a few days ago. Been crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with this whole lockdown thing. If you read some of the crazy stuff, and you'll find too that if you're on like certain media platforms and you use certain words, they want to like block you or delete you or whatever. And so this one woman was talking about it on TikTok or something, and she was talking about the hokey pokey. She was saying with her what the speculation now is that these people that get the hokey pokey, and people that don't, and the ones that get the hokey pokey are now spreading it because they talk about the Delta variant or whatever, and they said now these people are becoming like super spreaders. I don't know how true that is, but you start looking at some of the numbers, and you're like, what is going on? Mason, are you doing a giveaway tonight? If so, can I be in? All you have to do, Mason, is respond to, on the when this live stream is over, go to the video and comment hat or shirt. Hat or shirt. And like I said, the shirt is a misprint. The shirt is a misprint. So it's going to be something you want to, you probably, I'll show it again. If everybody is chiming in, checking in. So this shirt is a misprint. It's supposed to be up here. That's where the print's supposed to be. And you can see they have it way down low. So it's like a belly print. But this is something to be good to, hang on the wall, whatever. And as I said, it's got jade dust on it. It's got some jade dust on it. So anyway, go back when the live stream's over, go to the video, respond with hat or shirt, and then we'll go from there. Chris is Torino, Fairlane, Chevelle, GTA. Yeah, you're talking about the mid-size stuff. Yep. Like I said, the different eras. The Malibu doesn't fit with any of those. The Chevelle, I mean, you're talking about the Chevelle and the Fairlane and stuff like that. But the later version Malibu is a completely different car. Samuel Lee Smith, you're a sold person. You don't have to give stuff away. It's like I said last year, you don't have to give your people stuff. We would watch you cut grass if that's your post. No, I just wanted to get something out there. It's just something I wanted to do, and I was like, how can I do this while I'm doing the live stream? So that's all I'm doing. Yeah, you can be in the giveaway, Mason. Shane checking in. Glad you're here. I'll give you a Shane Bell. Even though it's my oldest son's name, I'll give you a Shane Bell. Whoops, Brian. I had a Dodge truck with locally built 440. I once ran out of oil with 50 miles to go. I don't know what brand bearings he put in it, but it made it, and it had 50 pounds when I added oil at home. Yeah. Sometimes they're indestructible, and sometimes they're not. Rick, on his old 80s Honda engines, I think oil was optional. They will run forever. I agree, Rick. What's scary though is like, you probably saw the videos. I maybe seen the videos I did on that Toyota Camry. It's my son's car. I did the head gasket rebuild, because it had pulled the threads, and anyway, big rebuild on that car. And he's been driving that car since he was 15. And he is now 29, I believe. I think he's 29. He's been driving that same car for 14 years, at least 14 years. And anyway, one time he brought it over here to change oil in it. And he pulled the drain plug out, and it was literally like, bloop, 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 I'm done. It's like, wait a minute. How is this? Your oil light never came on? He's like, no. I don't know how it was running, honestly. There was like no oil in that thing. Chris, my dad had a 428 Cleveland, and it burned oil every time. Cleveland, Cobra Jets, motors, the good ones, drank a lot of oil. Yeah, that's not good. Jordan, your Belvedere would never have any rust issues underneath at that rate. Yeah, that is true. Wally, now you have me thinking about the clutch pedal getting in the way of the washer pedal. Well, I don't know. Was it? That's a good thought. Maybe not a good thought, but it's something to think about. I would assume what was your pump pedal that was a factory option, right? Or did you add that? It would almost have to be a factory setup. But that's a good, I hadn't thought about the clutch pedal. Yeah, is that something you may have to do some more test fitting. I'm telling you. Lewis, what type of shocks do you have on Jade? Nothing special. I probably have Monroe's up front, and I don't even know what I have in the back. I didn't go overboard with shocks. I know the front ones are yellow. So they're yellow. I think they're Monroe Gasmatics, and I don't know what the back ones are. I know they're white. That's all I can tell you. I don't remember. It's been so long ago. Derek, back in the younger days, had an old Mitsubishi with a 2-liter engine in it. Burned so much oil that we used the oil drain from cars we serviced to keep topping it up. Yeah. We did that at the junkyard too. We had a friend of ours. He drove a 72 or 73 Impala, big boat Impala, and it just dumped oil. I mean, it was terrible. He ended up, if we changed oil in something, he would just take it, put it in jugs, and pour it in his car so he could go places. I know it eventually died, but yeah, I've seen that before. Leonard, been watching for 8 years and never a dull moment. Well, thank you, Leonard. I'm glad you're still here. Rick, if you still have a Honda 74 four-wheeler, maybe a buyer if you're interested in selling. I don't know what year model it is, but I don't know that I'm going to sell it either. I think it's got to be it might be an 80 model, I think, but it's the four-wheeler. Like I said, there's no suspension under that thing. It's just a rock. But I have my 2-year-old grandson, so I've held on to that really just because I have a grandson. So he's going to end up. I'll get it out, get it running for him, and let him have fun on it. Chris is saying, Leonard, you have a 73 Torino Sport. Okay, Derek, lucky to say never blew it, and I belted it. I actually became a spare engine whenever it was needed and never let us down. Yeah. Yep. Leonard, yes, I'm trying to get. Okay, she's talking to Chris. Shane saw a yellow 72-ish Cuda with full black striping the other day. Beautiful paint job. It was a 340 and sounded amazing. Yep, that would be cool to see. He's talking to Leonard. Rick, KYB shocks in my 65 coupe. It handles very nice. Okay. Marshall, how do y'all? Went to go for a first spin in the neighborhood yesterday. Just out of the garage, the clutch brake pedal gave out completely. Could have been bad. Check your bushings. I'm glad nothing happened. That could be really, really scary and bad if a pedal or something fails in that respect. So I'm glad you found, nothing got damaged. So that's a plus. Okay, he's talking to Chris. I got to do all the suspension parts in the formula, but paint first and enjoy. Yep. Rick, trying to get my son's 74 F350 going. It's been sitting for a couple years. Having trouble getting brake parts. Really? What kind of brake parts? What are you looking at? Or what are you trying to find? Rick, if you're going to let your grandson ride the four-wheeler, make sure you put a little oil in it just in case. Yeah, I will. Good call, Rick. Chris, just talking to Leonard. Derek, your grandson will be wearing a helmet, right? Oh, yeah. Of course. Probably, I'm sure his, grandmother will want to put him in leathers and elbow pads and all kinds of stuff. But I'll tell you this, our kids, every time they rode it, they always had a helmet on, little, like the bicycle helmet, just because it didn't go that fast. I had rigged it to where the throttle could only go so fast. And it was good. Bob, you're back. I'm glad you're here, Bob. We talked. I know you commented on one of the live streams that you were not able. You left a message on the video that you could not leave any comments, And I went in specifically and made sure you were an approved user. So I'm glad you're back, Bob. Yes, Jade is an automatic. Jade is an automatic. Nick, I fully expect to be holding my brake pedal, shifter, and steering wheel attached and in my hands on the highway in my car during the maiden voyage. Let's hope not, Nick. Let's hope not. Leonard, there's someone who changed the front clip out on 7th. Okay, he's talking to Chris. Rick, master cylinder calipers, wheel cylinders. Really? For 74 F350. I would think, well, maybe not. I don't know. I would think that stuff should be available, but now you got me wondering. Have you, I don't know where you've checked. I don't know what kind of resources you've gone through to look at, but I would think though that's all it should be around. Derek says, yeah, kit it up for sure. Yep. Chris, Barry, who gets the first ride for this project that was for the wife? Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously I've driven it already, you know, up and down our street with no glass in it. I'll probably have to do some shakedown runs on it just to make sure everything's right. But I want her to drive it, at least see if she can drive it. I do. I want to see if she can drive it. Rick, as I get older, my interest in the little four-wheeler was to relive my youth. I understand you wanted to keep it for your grandson. I hope he has a lot of fun with it. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he will. Rick, the only place I can find them is Rock Auto. You know, I was going to suggest Rock Auto, honestly. I bought a lot of stuff through Rock Auto, and I've never had a problem. I know people have commented in various blogs, oh, they sent me the wrong part, or this wasn't right. The thing is, what they were really saying, again, it's the fault of the company to a point. They have cores on stuff, or what people have done is they'll order something, they'll swap out the parts, and they'll put the old parts back in a box and send it back and say it didn't fit. And now Rock Auto, they just pull it in as inventory. You know, they don't even look at the box. They just go, oh, didn't fit. Here's some brake pads for something. And they send it back in. Well, then it gets shipped out. The next person gets it, and they're like, well, they're sending me used parts. You know, there's been a lot of conflict with that. Well, some conflict. Shane, have you ever put stripes on a car when painting it and then cleared over them, painted on, not vinyl stripes? Yes. Have done it. We did that at the body shop on several cars. One was a 68 or 69 Chevelle. We put the SS stripe on the side. The car was going to be black, but we painted the side of the car silver, laid out the stripe, painted the car black, pulled the stripe off of it, and then clear coated the whole thing. Done on that. Some Mustangs, Camaro, several vehicles we've done that to. Yes. Dennis, I ordered stuff from the USA and have it sent to Montana. Shipping at Eureka, Montana. Would that work for getting in on your drawings? Oh, I order stuff and have it sent to Montana. Shipping, I guess, to Eureka, Montana. Yeah, that would work. That would probably work. Yeah, we can figure that out. Derek, I've heard Rock Auto has everything. They have a lot. I can tell you that. They have a lot of stuff. I've ordered a variety of things from them over the years. Rick, Rock Auto will have the parts for the F350. Yeah. Nick, it's not a Mac. You think she doesn't know what D means? She knows what it means, eh? We're almost the same age. Ray Best is under brake parts. They have all that stuff. So there you go, Leonard. Contact Ray Bestis. Clark, so the rules are I have to give a thumbs up and comment to be in the drawing for Jade. Yes. Yes. Thumbs up on the video tonight as it's streaming right now. Thumbs up. I'll just see where we're at. I think we're probably going to be over the 50, which is great. Let me see. Right now, numbers are showing we're at 49 likes, 154 views, 53 live viewers is what it's showing. So we'll be good. But when this live stream is over, just click on the video and leave a comment. Hat or shirt. One of the two. Nick. Yeah. GA110. And hey, my 97 Mustang is in NFF mode and won't turn over, disconnect the battery, and still won't work. Do you think it's this transponder or keys? I don't have a good answer on that. I don't know what Ford has set up for their recovery system. I think that there's some instances where it has to be like disconnected for a certain period of time, but I don't know for sure. Might want to Google that. Chris, we used Rock Auto in our shop in high school. We used to pay our shop teacher 10% instead of 13% on orders. Okay. Tony Hayberry from Brisbane, Australia, long-time watcher. Well, I'm glad you're here, Tony. I'll give you a Tony bell. Glad you're here. Bob Shoemaker, we got 50 likes on the clock. Okay, awesome. See, that was easy enough. We got 50 showing. Let me reload my 55. Awesome, sweet. That's working. Good. Nick, we bought some brake lines off Rock Auto from Uncle's Dakota. They were really good quality. I dig that place for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've never had a problem with them. Let's see, where did we go? Oh, not wait, Clark. Wait a minute. No, I see what he said. So the rules are have to give a thumbs up comment to be in a drawing for Jade. Okay. I'm glad Roger caught that because I was just reading the initial thing and answering. Nice try, Clark. Is drawing for dust off of Jade and a shirt or hat. Yes. Yes. Again, hat, or misprint shirt. Misprint. See how it's supposed to be like this, and it's printed down low. So they supposedly sent me 2 more that I've ordered. But anyway, and dust off of Jade. And a shout out to Andrew from Grease Ricky Garage for making these or designing this shirt for me. And Rick, super sticker, awesome. Even better. I like that more than likes. Thank you. Let's see. Chris, looking at another second gen F body. Man, people really don't like them here. They don't like them? Does that mean they're cheap? Hope that's what that means for you. Leonard, if you had a key made and it was not a chip key, you might have to take it to Ford and reprogram it. Talking about the 97 Mustang problem. That may be part of it too. Tony, I bought a very rusty 67 coupe. It's all your fault. LOL, I thought I can fix that. You can fix it. You just have to dedicate the rest of your life to it. Terry, or maybe the BP. Yeah, maybe. Tony, you can do anything. It's just time, effort. Don't blame someone else for your challenge, for over challenging yourself. Oh, I'm sure he's going to enjoy it. James, yep. Well, yep. Glad you're here. Nick, hey, what'd you ever do with those rear seat mounts I gave you? I did that. Did that go in Jade, or was that for the paperweight, the Brooklyn paperweight? They're here. They're here. They may go in the paperweight car. I don't know yet. They might go in the boat anchor. They might go in the boat anchor. But if they don't, believe me, they're not going away. They'll stay here. You know, if I need them for something else, because they don't make them. I don't think they make them anyway. James is saying hi. Glad you're here, James. Shane, shirt is not a misprint for people with big bellies. It's just a bigger advertisement when stretched out there. Yeah. Leonard Berry, he's our man. If he can't fix it, no one can. Well, thank you, Leonard. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Harvey, another great shirt designed by Andrew. Maybe he can make a Tina shirt. Maybe. You could talk to him. Crash Rider just got here mid a discussion of drawing for Jade. Could you please repeat? Never mind. You just did explain. Greetings from Southern Indiana. It's not for Jade. It's for Jade Dust. Jade Dust on a shirt. Dennis, Rock Auto is a great place to order parts for people in Canada. Comes right to your door. Paying duty exchange on our money will save up to half price. Good. Nick, we call it stretch the 3D effect. Yeah. Clark, you should do a video how to fix that shirt, cut, weld, whatever. Yeah. Yep. Well, you know, I will say this. I have so many videos that I'm trying to get edited down and put together. And I know somebody, Sammy Lisa Smith, I think they requested the drip rail video. So that may be next up in the queue. I need to get that one out anyway. But I had to take a step back for a minute and make sure I was on the right path, right? You know, because I've done the back part of the car. I've worked on the front of the car. I bounced back and forth, trying to get the dash done, trying to get the grill, you know, these different things. And I really, you know, I've painted the interior panels. I talked about that on one of the streams. And if you look over here, over there, that is the package shelf panel. And I'm starting to cover it with fabric because I want to get that whole back section in. So today, that was late in the day that I started on that. But today, I put in the other quarter window. So both basically, you know, everything is in except for the package shelf from the door seam back. You know, everything is in. So I get the package shelf in, and then I can look at, and I have to make sure my sequence is right, because I'm trying to remember if it's supposed to put in the carpet and then the quarter filler pieces, you know, or you put in the quarter pieces and then the carpet. It's been a while, so I have to think about that. But I'm close to putting the carpet in the car, really close. And so along with that, you know, you get the carpet in, that leads towards interior seats. The sill plates, I can soon get those in. And of course, I've still got to put together the gauge cluster, the Dakota dash. Now, when I was I changed out all the locks. I did a little video too on changing out the lock mechanisms. The trunk lock is in the car now, Leonard. I got a regular key on the trunk now. And I changed out the tumbler and the ignition. So while I was doing that, I was looking in the gauge opening, and I'm seeing all these wires. And I'm like, what do these all go to? You know, it seems like there's a lot of wires in there. And so while I was looking, I see, you know, big connectors, and I'm like, man, what am I missing here? What am I missing? And so today, while I was rooting around looking for something, I stumbled upon the control for the AC unit, because this was a factory AC car. Well, here's some big wires. These aren't going to be used because I don't have that. I have the vintage air system. So I'm like looking at those, and I'm like, okay, well, that eliminates 5 wires from my visual, you know, and get those out of the way. So I felt a little better after finding that, realizing that it's not all a problem at that point. Rick, start cutting up the Brooklyn paperweight, auction it off piece by piece. You can help recover your losses. That's not a bad idea. Crash Rider, that's good enough for me. Dale, how long does it take to get shirts and Teespring ordered on the 15th of July? You know, even the sample shirt it took this one, they came in 2 separate orders. This one showed up, it took almost 2 weeks. And then the other one showed up like 3 weeks. So I can't say for sure. Chris, second gen F 75 to 81 F bodies here for a project is 5 to 8K for solid bones. I'm addicted now. Okay. Robert checking in. I'm here in the background, lots of stuff going on. Well, I'm glad you're here. Jeff Deal, working through a 6.7 Fairlane hardtop resto mod cruiser hot rod. Whew. That's a lot of title. You're going to have that on a license plate? Resto mod cruiser hot rod? Night Mist Blue is going to be the color decision. Is the interior color black or two-tone dark blue? Okay, Night Mist Blue. What color is Night Mist Blue? That would be the question. I'm not sure what color Night Mist Blue is. But let me see if I can find that. Let me just look. Okay, so Night Mist Blue is a really dark blue by the looks of it. That's a pretty dark blue. That's a tough question. I guess it depends what your overall approach is on the car. You're doing a resto mod, cruiser, hot rod. Black or two-tone dark. You know, I hate to say it, but I kind of like the two-tone blue. I hate to say that, but I kind of like the two-tone blue in that. I could be wrong. Everybody has an opinion. We'll see what everybody else gives some input to. Nick ordered a shirt off Teespring a while back. They were just kind of slow. It's a nice shirt though. Well, I'm glad you got it. Chris is saying go white. I don't think he's wanting to go to white. His choices were dark blue or two-tone, or black or two-tone dark blue. Also, where people had good luck with upholstery, door cards, carpet, headliner material. I don't know if TMI makes it. You know, TMI makes a lot of stuff. They make a lot of stuff for the Mustangs. So check them and see if they offer it. The door cards, carpet, headliner. Yeah, check with TMI and see if they offer. Rick, I just watched your video a few days ago on how to remove the drip rail using a paint stick. Was very useful. Yeah, it's a good video. It's not hard to do when you do that. I've heard of people using a can opener. I've always felt really uncomfortable with that. Let the paint stick take the abuse and not worry about it. Shane, never named my 64.5 Stang. I just keep calling it piece of crap. It needs a respectable name because it's a first year though. I think everybody has used that piece of crap as a term. So yeah, you have to come up with a unique name for your 64.5. Nothing's coming to mind. You know, everybody goes, oh, it's Rustang, you know, rust bucket, whatever. Piece of crap. You could probably make a play on words on that, you know. We'll worry about that later. Jeff, Chris White looks great until you use it. Yes, that is true. Okay, thumbs up from Leonard. Cool. Chris, doing off-white like a cream. Nah. Jeff Steele says parchment or palomino was a thought. I mean, I could see that. I guess it's all what you really like. Oh, Jeff. Awesome, Jeff. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's my favorite thing right there. Super stickers, super chats. That really makes it nice. Jeff says license plate will say I'm broke in midnight blue. Nick says I think most is like a navy metallic. Okay, talking about the blue color. Oh, Caspian blue. I may maybe. I know we've had a conversation. I keep messing it up. It's like there's another blue, the super light blue. I think it starts with a C, but I can't remember what it is. Nick is saying blue two-tone is what he's suggesting. And he's going base clear on a car. Brian, I think white for the Fairlane, but that's very subjective. Yes. Clark, when picking color, it really matters. When picking a color, it really matters how straight the car is, just saying. Yeah, I think he's already got the exterior color what he wants. He's worried about the interior right now. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Interior, not exterior. Nick, a charcoal leaning towards black and blue would look nice too, I think. Yeah. There's a lot of variables out there. Let's see. Jeff, thanks. I'll check out TMI. Yes, give them a look. Bob is saying his coupe is Venus. I like it. Clark is saying parchment then for the interior. Nick, you're saying 64 and a half. I think he's responding to somebody. BM, the first crap. Greg. Greg saying Barry looks near black. Oh, the color. Yeah, it's a very dark blue. Yeah, very, very dark blue. Rick Barry, as we talked about the other day, my 65 will now be known as Jamie. There you go. That's a good answer. Jeff, blue with white lining. Use Autocrafters. They specifically restore parts from Maverick, Fairlane, Pinto. So there's another response for the interior material. Thank you, Chris. Rick. Oops, Rick. You can't go wrong with sapphire blue, especially if you stripe it in white. I don't know if he's going to stripe it, though. Doyle, my outlaw is Josie because she's the pride of the neighborhood. Okay. So when I think Josie, I say Josie Wales. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I see Josie. But I get it. I get it. Yeah, like I said, I've been trying to make these other videos and get stuff out. The other day also, I posted on Facebook, I think, and Instagram. Then once I get the washer bottle in, or the washer pump, got it back in place, I got the bottle, mounted, and I got the hoses connected, to the cowl and the little sprayers. I won't go into the name we used to call those at the junkyard, but anyway, the sprayers. What I found was I had ordered parts from Kentucky Mustang, and apparently I was delusional whenever I was ordering parts because I ordered 2 sets of stainless steel sill plates. So one of those either has to go back or somebody can buy them off of me. And I thought I ordered the new windshield washer nozzles for the 68. And these are for 69. They won't work. It's a different design. So these I can't use. So if anybody needs some washer nozzles for 69, let me know. But the ones I had for the car, I couldn't find them initially. And of course I dug around in one of my boxes and I found them. They were still attached to the hoses. And so I media blasted them. It's actually copper tubing, soldered to a steel plate. And I just sprayed them with a Rust-Oleum silver and put them in. They look fantastic. And that's what I'm going to leave it like it is. Works good. Let's see. Jeff is saying no stripes, just a lower 500 side trim and fresh chrome stainless. Okay. I'm good with that. Brian, Josie Wales was my first thought too, Barry. Must be our age. Yeah. Yep. Some of the greatest lines. Josie Wales. What do they call it? The Missouri boat ride or Missouri something? Missouri boat ride, I think. That's what he called it when he set them people loose on that raft. Jeff, my 64 Galaxy Tour sedan is named Vinny because it has a full mobster 5-body trunk. I like it. Shane saying the Mick, I was thinking IBS because the cost and work is also painful. You could call it dibs. You could call it dibs, and just come up with your own whatever D may mean to you. You could call it dibs. Let's take dibs. Nick, you can put those in the dash facing the passenger. If they ever complain they can't see out the window, they won't again. There you go. Hey, speaking of, here's something else. I realized that the windshield, I posted on Facebook that I decided to replace the windshield. I wanted to use that windshield. I really did. But when I pulled it out of my storage area, I looked at it and there were some deep, deep, ugly scratches in that thing. And they were there forever. And the rest of the windshield is okay, but there's some really ugly scratches in it. And I thought, I can't do it. I can't. I have to have a nice windshield for this car. I can't put a crusty windshield in there. The other glass, if there's a few something small little things, I can live with, but the windshield has to be spot on. So somebody, I think it was James Smothers. Is that right? Jamie, I think it's. Did I say that right? Smothers? I don't know if he's here or not. He suggested that I go with a company called Auto City Classic. Auto City Classic. There were some other people that commented, hey, you should probably just, let a glass company put it in or whatever. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. So I ordered one from Auto City Classic. Now, the glass itself is $125. And that was whether it was tinted or clear or whatever. Shipping is $110 to my door. So it's ordered. New windshield is on its way. I just can't live without it. I got to have a clear, shiny, reflective, beautiful windshield in the car. Let me see what we're up to on this. We are up to, my count, 60 likes, 211 views. Cool. Let's see where we at. Okay. IBS, you got something there. Yeah. But I think dibs is better. Chris, the formula name is Black Betty Delilah or Delilah, depending on if you ask me on a day where it's being a cruel mistress or a happy girl. Okay. Jeff Deal, $20 super sticker. Thank you, man. Glad you're here. Appreciate that. Nick, I'm going to need new glass too. I don't know why, but I can't just burn money on everything else. But those it hurts. I might try the flush mount glass, seeing as I have to buy it. Yeah, for your car, I think that's a good idea. For your car, this car is going to have all the trim on the windows and stuff. I know you're looking at, you cut off your drip rails and stuff, so that's not a bad idea. I don't know how much the price difference is, but I like it though. Nick, that and I won't be ready till after winter anyway, so I should have bought I should have the budget, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Don, I agree. New windshield is a must. Powerful gasoline is a clean windshield and a shoe shine. Crash Shutter, I named my first car Version because it was all original, but after a tear down and a better inspection, I renamed it Imposter. Chris, I need new trim lenses with paint and should replace the black and Should replace I guess back and door glass. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. You can buy a kit where you get all new glass. I think the kit is around $500 or something, but that's without shipping. And I'm not. The rest of the stuff is fine. It's good. So I'm just going to do the windshield. It's a lot, and I'm really sure of how to do it. I'm really unsure of how to do it. It kind of scares me a little. I don't know why. Well, all it can do is break. Then you just get another one, right? Oh, yeah. You're talking about the border glass to the edge. Yeah. I've not installed that in a car. Those kind of in the Mustang or anything like that. We used to have a glass guy come out to the shop and put in windshields and back glass, whatever, in modern cars. I would venture to say that it's going to require a urethane, or they may have a special gasket. But whatever it is, it's going to be like floating. Like a modern car, it's going to be like floating. Now, I haven't seen one personally. I don't know if they come with a border gasket. I don't know. But essentially it's going to have probably, I'm assuming here, either blocks that are built in that keep it from settling like into the car. The urethane stuff they use on modern cars, I've put it in by hand, and let me tell you, it is a nightmare if you use it by hand. You really need a motorized caulking gun because that stuff is so thick. It was all I could do to squeeze it with both hands and get it out of a regular caulking gun. So if you're going to consider that, maybe a professional glass installer could help put it in with the big fat urethane bead and just set it in place with standoff blocks so that it can't, sink in. And then also, I'm going to assume they're going to need some sort of special trim that goes around the pinch weld on the inside as well. I don't know. I haven't researched that very much. Nick, I know it would look great with everything else. Yeah, I agree. Brian, my glass guy warned me even the best condition 50-year-old glass would look horrible against new paint and polished stainless. Yeah. Well, the rest of the stuff is cleaning up really nice. It is. It is really nice. But the windshield, I can't let that go. Derek, got to go, guys. Stay well. Catch you soon. Glad you're here. Don't forget, leave a comment on the video, hat or shirt. Hat or shirt. Shane, should I try to get my Mustang in epoxy before winter? I just rattled can it as I work on it because it cannot stay inside, so it mostly sits outside covered. Well, obviously, I mean, well, let's talk about this a minute. Epoxy is meant to go to bare metal, so I don't know what you're putting on with rattle can stuff. I don't know what that is, if it's an epoxy or not. And we've had other conversations with people like self edge. Epoxy is not meant to go on top of self edge. You could put self edge on top of epoxy, but it's not the other way around. So I don't know what you're using as far as a product, but epoxy is meant to go straight to bare metal. That's how it works. Now you can add it later on if you had some areas you worked just to do a color match. You could do a color, epoxy on top of sanded areas just to make it, blend in. But ideally, you want to be on bare metal. But I don't know what you're using as a product. Doyle, I read that if you use the butyl tape for front windshield, it's too thin now, and the trim will rattle. Is that true? Can you get it thicker than normal? Well, are you talking about a Mustang? Because the Mustang is going to have a gasket, and later on, butyl tape. You could buy butyl tape in different thicknesses. I put them in. You could buy it. I bought it in whatever 3/8 thick, or I think you can buy it 1/4 inch. There's variable thicknesses. So I know I did the '68 Buick Riviera, put the windshield in it, and I used the tape. And I had to do the research to figure out which one it took, but it was like the 3/8, I think, and I think it worked fine. But I can't say for sure. I don't know where you're trying to find the tape from. Chris Barry, debating on whether I'm debating on it. Here's why. In perfect condition will be a high 26, 28. I don't want to be too deep either. I know people who can't get out what they had in it. Yeah, I understand that. Dave Conville's checking it. Is that the first Dave sighting? I really think that's the first Dave. Oh, that's not a very good bell. Hold on. What? There we go. That's the first Dave bell. Denny Alvey, don't worry about breaking the glass. That is what insurance is for. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got another Dave. Dave Britton checking in. Greg's Workshop, Barry, I wet sanded all my glass with 3000 grit. I don't think I could save this glass. The windshield, I had the glass in the windshield. Maybe that would work on, you know, some small scratches on the other glass, but yeah, I couldn't do it on the windshield. It has some pretty serious, deep scratches. Nick, I'm out of here. I have to double tomorrow. The Daves are here. I need to go. Oh, glad you were here, Nick. Appreciate the input. Willie Goodman, late to the party. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Oklahoma. Glad you're here, Willie. Whoops, Clark. Has anyone gotten a smoke glass for the 67 or 64 to 68 Mustangs? Hello, Daves. Anybody use the smoke glass? I'm using the green glass because that's what this car had in it. And it's going to go with the blue. It's going to go. The green is going to go with the blue that you see. It's not blue. It's not blue. It's not blue. So those of you that are maybe just arriving, I'm doing a giveaway as well. I wanted to get 50 likes on this live stream. I'm over 60. Fantastic. 67 likes. Awesome. So what I'm doing is I'm giving away a hat. One of my hats, one of these hats, either trucker or baseball, right? I'm going to give away a hat or a t-shirt. One of the two. Now the t-shirt, I've shown this already, but if there's somebody new showing up, I ordered this t-shirt, this drive on t-shirt. This is the latest design from Andrew from Grease Rookie Garage. And when I ordered these from Teespring, they misprinted this one. This is how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to have it up high, and this is where it's at right now. So it's more of a belly shirt. See there? Misprint. So what we're going to do, and again, I'll point this out. You're going to get some dust from Jade as well. What you need to do when this live stream is over, go back to the go to the video itself and leave a comment, either hat or shirt, and you're in the drawing. And I'll let it run for 24 hours. Since it's a live stream type of thing, I'll let it run for 24 hours, and then I will stop whatever the comments are at that point. I'll do a drawing, and I'll comment to whoever wins. You know, we'll go back and forth and figure out how to get you either the hat or the shirt, whatever. The shirt, I'm going to recommend, something you could put on a hanger, hang on the wall in your garage, or whatever you want to do with it. But anyway, let's see. Welder 4956, good evening. Oh, I'm glad you're here. And he's saying blue. Yeah. Yeah. Clark, I like the smoke windshield, but the rest of the glass looks too dark. I haven't looked at the other options, so I don't know for sure. Roger chiming in, it's not blue. That is correct. It is definitely not blue. It's close to blue. It really, in certain angles, it does look blue. And it kind of freaks me out anymore when I look at the blue that's on the screen, when I see the blue that's on the screen, and then I look at the car, because I'm looking at it every day, right? I'm coming out here and I'm working on it, I'm working on it. And even my mind kind of leans towards this being sort of blue. But then I come in, I look at it here and I go, no, that's blue. That is not blue. That is definitely not blue. It's not blue. Clark, so the green shirt he has on is the correct print. Yeah. Shirt's blue. This shirt's blue. It is blue. This shirt is blue. This shirt is blue. Joel, leave a comment on the video. I mean, I can't do it here with everybody because I'm not savvy enough to keep track of everybody who leaves a comment. When this live stream is over, leave a comment on the video that's on YouTube, hat or shirt, and you're in the drawing. Shane is saying I'm using Rust-Oleum 2X primer just to prevent rust as I work on it, but it won't be ready for paint until next year. I don't want it to rust over the winter. Okay, I don't know how the Rust-Oleum 2X, I'm not sure how good that is, if that is moisture resistant or not, or if it's meant to be top coated at a certain point. But I'm not familiar with it. So again, if you're looking at spraying epoxy on it, you're going to be spraying it on top of whatever that Rust-Oleum is, and I can't guarantee that it's going to do what you want it to do. Just saying, it's got to be, epoxy is meant to go to bare metal. Clark, so the green shirt he has on is the correct print. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm reading through these. Shirt's blue. Okay. Willie, is the actual color of the car Gulfstream Aqua? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let me just see. I know we've talked about this before. I know I posted pictures on Facebook, and I posted pictures, of course, on Instagram and variety of places. And I don't know if I have. I'd taken some pictures with my good camera. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to try this. I'm gonna get this picture on here so that you all can see. Okay. Now look at this picture. See? That's the color of the car. That's the actual color of the car. That is it. It's not blue. It's not blue. It's between blue and green. It is not blue. Roger, when you don't see it for a few days, it surprises you when you walk in the shop in a very good way. Yeah. I mean, even I forget, my mind doesn't recognize it all the time. Dave Barry locked in a padded room. It's not blue. Greg, Barry cost $120 to put it in the car. I guess you're talking about the windshield? The glass? Armando Flores was wondering what black you use for your engine bay. I can't decide on a flat black or a semi-gloss. What I like to use, if you go back and look at my video on the light blue Mustang, that would have been back gosh, 2013 maybe, I think. Look up the light blue Mustang. I did a video specifically on the engine bay, and I think I talked about it there that I used a product DP90. It's an epoxy, and that's what I sprayed that engine bay with, and I loved the way that looked. And it's a semi gloss type of look. This I didn't use that. I should have, but I didn't. I used it was actually Krylon that I sprayed it with. I think I did a video on that on this car as well, and it works. It does a job, but I really like that DP90 that I used in the light blue Mustang. You have to go back and look at that video set. Doyle, can you put epoxy over EDP coating? Don't do it. Don't do it. I meant to go to bare metal. In fact, I'm going to suggest, and I used to not do this I used to not do this every time. Sand off that DP90. Get it off of there. I've actually heard other people, I haven't had a problem, but I've heard other people who've had a product, a panel that had DP90 on it, and they started sanding on it just as a prep process. And when they got through it, they found rust. They had found surface rust underneath the DP90. I mean, the EDP coating. Epoxy is meant to go to bare metal. That's the whole point of it, is to go to bare metal and bond to it and create a kind of a structural bond and give you something to build from that's not bare metal. So don't go over EDP coating. Clark, ever since the go-kart accident, yeah. Chris, Barry, I hate classic cars because I think I'm getting close. Then it's back to square one with a list that never ends. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Roger, Clark, it was long before the go-kart flip. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Yeah. Willie, that color does dance a lot, it seems, with the light and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, that to me, that's green. That's green. Dave says it looks more blue in that picture. I don't think so. If you compare that picture to what's in the image behind me, what it shows the car, that's two totally different colors. Just saying. Look again. Okay. Not kidding. All right. Welder looks more green than the video, but still not right. Yeah. Clark, that pic does look even more blue than the car on the feet. No, it doesn't. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? That's green. That's aqua. That's aqua. Just like this car. Aqua. Or this car. Aqua. It's aqua. All right. Oh, Greg's saying yes on the windshield. Yep. Okay. Shane, the pic of Jade from the back looks awesome. Looks like it should have a back off jack sticker on it. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It looks even better now because in that picture, there's no bumper on it, no trim, no trunk lock. All that stuff is in place now. The only thing I haven't replaced yet is the gas cap. That's on the short list. That's on the short list. Getting closer. Dawn, Krylon matches the OEM color under the hood. Okay. And just doesn't last as long. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I wish, whenever I started on this car, I really wasn't, I don't know, I had lots going on. So I ended up having to use the Krylon, but I should have used that DP90. Willie, I just went to my other TV look at it, and they look like two different cars. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's two different colors. It is two different colors. There is no doubt. Crash Rider, I have to agree with Dave and Clark, but it will be a great color regardless. Yep. Okay. Dave Britton, I'm not convinced that someone here is colorblind. I don't think it's me. Don, when you walked over to Jade, in your shadow was green. Okay. Barry, do you have a time set in mind when you think you will have it done? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to. I don't know if shadow. Does that? I don't know if that changes anything. Yeah, the LED lights don't help either. Do I have a time in line or a time set in mind? Well, no, I don't. I'm trying to get as much done as I can. Um, Honestly, it shouldn't be another. It shouldn't be 2 weeks. I said that like 2 weeks ago too, though, and then I realized there's other things that I had to make happen. So I'm speculating 2 weeks, and there's still a lot of things that have to happen. Once I get the I got to put the interior in. I got to put the seats in. I got to put the console in, the radio, the gauge cluster. I have to take the vent windows back out of the doors and redo the seals on those, and get those in place. And then, of course, putting in all the interior stuff that goes in the doors, the plastic sheathing and the interior trim and door handles and lots of stuff. But I'm trying to stay focused on it, and the list keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And the boxes I keep emptying boxes that are here. So 2 weeks, I hope. Dennis, you have a spotlight you could set up, shine down a curved part of the roof. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this sun gun. I don't know that it would help. Can't really. That does change the color, doesn't it? See that? That even shows it different on there. I can see it. Look at that. Huh? Huh? You see that difference? I see it. I see it. Okay. Clark sent you an email. All right. Let me see. That color that looks a little different. That looks a little different. Let me see if I can pull that one up. Okay, so this is the image Clark sent me. If it'll show up here, gotta let the clock tick, 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 tick. All right, so here's my image, and I'll tell you this: this was taken with my Canon 80D camera with HDR. That's how I got that picture. And this is what, see, it's not coming through right because that looks blue. It's too different. It's different. Something is really wrong because my picture that I'm seeing right in front of me is green. What he's seeing, that does look blue. Yep. but they're not. They're two different colors. It's a losing battle. Losing battle. Willie, how did the belt line felts fit? And if they fit well, do you remember where you got them from? I'll say they didn't fit as well as they should have. And they were from CJ Pony. I'm pretty sure that's who I got them from. And I wasn't impressed. I don't know if anybody else makes them. If it was a Daniel Carpenter item, I'd probably be all over it. But the ones I got, I'm pretty sure they were like the basic stuff from CJ Pony. And they're, yeah, they don't, I mean, they're the right shape and everything, the right length, but they just don't seem to want to hold very well. Now, I will point out, when you put in the felt on the inside and the weather stripping on the outside, what you have to realize is the weather stripping actually takes screws. Yeah, there's little screws that run the length of the weather stripping because the torque that you develop when you put the window up, it wants to pull that weather stripping out of the door. So even though it has clips, there's screws that come in the kit that you need to put in, and it's tricky to put those in. Dave, it looked green when you did that color adjustment that time in the video. Okay. So there we go. Anyway. Brian, by the time I finish my Fairlane, all the parts I have on my shelves will be NOS. I get it. Crash Rider, definite difference. Okay, good. Dawn, Jane looks green on my desktop, blue on the phone. Shane, all Barry wants for Christmas is people call Jade aqua green. Come on, people. Yeah, that's all. That's it. Dave Britton, our video cards might just be rendering the color differently. That's very true. Could be. Dennis, when you had a car outside in the sun, is one I picked up on the green and it looked great. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the sun is going to help it a lot. Bob Knoll, it's green aqua. Yes. Yes, green aqua. That's all I can say. That's all I can. Anyway, so again, there's still a lot of little things to do. In fact, I was looking. I don't even know for sure. I haven't opened the box yet. I have a box that's sitting. I've had this box probably as long as I've had the car. It's just been like 8 years. Auto Custom Carpets, Inc. And I think it's something I bought from Mustangs Unlimited. I've never opened a box yet. So I have to get that box open and I have to see how it's going to fit, like around the shifter and where the dimmer switch mounts, because I haven't located the dimmer switch yet. I know that a lot of carpets have a designated hole already in the carpet for the dimmer switch. So because I'd replaced that floor pan, I didn't know where the dimmer switch sat. So I left it floating around. Once I get the carpet set in the car and stretch it out good, then I can look and make a mark where the dimmer switch needs to go so that I hit the mark, when I put the switch in the right location. Clark, green, aqua, blue, really blue. Dawn, the belt line moldings I used on Betsy came from a California Mustang in '87. The felt wasn't very good and came out when wet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect from these other than I know, like I said, you put the screws in the weather strip piece, it's going to help a lot. But I have to pull these back out. I got to pull the vent windows out and redo the tracks and make sure those are good. Dave, Barry, I take it you were taking for a trip to an alignment rack. Yes. I'm not sure where yet, though. I'm very leery about going to your typical whatever alignment shop that's a chain place. I'd rather have somebody we used to have a guy here who did alignments by himself. He was an independent shop, and he could align just about anything. I've also been to places where you take an old car and they're like, we don't know how to do this, because they don't. So I got to find somebody who is comfortable with doing, classic cars, and take it to them and try to get that done, because that needs to be done sooner than later. There's a few businesses up the road from me, an industrial park, and so I may go up there and talk to some people and see what they can do, if they're capable of doing it. But yeah, it's gonna have to have an alignment done. There's still a lot of stuff to do, but it's so close now. It's so close. Once once I got all the bumpers on and the lights on, the exterior looks fantastic. It's just that inside where lacking all the finish panels and the carpet, the carpet and all that stuff. And just trying to be, not in too big of a hurry getting, you get to a certain point, you're like, well, just put it in there, be done with it. Nope, it's got to fit. It's got to fit right, or I just can't do it. Rick, I had a wonderful alignment guy. Unfortunately, he passed away about 6 months ago. Yeah, the old timers we're losing those old timers. Dave, did you drive around before you tore it down? Was it a driver? No. I bought this car from a gentleman who lives about probably 20, 30 miles south of me. And I don't know what he had done to it specifically, but it was not running. In fact, if you go back to like the first video, it's the top, there's pieces missing all over the place under the hood. I mentioned they tried to do a Krylon rebuild, and turns out the engine was junk anyway. But no, it was not. I think he had started to work on it. Like, he recovered the seats. His line was that he was going to fix it up for his grandson. And I'd seen pictures of other cars that he had done, and it looked amazing. But he decided he wasn't going to do it. So it was, the car, the whole trunk was packed full of pieces and parts and boxes, and it was sort of a basket case. Not as bad as a Camaro, but Dave, ask around at the cruise night you go to where others have had alignments done. That's a good point. Yep. That's a good point. Clark, about 97 F-150. I brought a 97 F-150 to an alignment shop, ended up taking it to work and doing it myself. Yeah. Well, I have a friend who has some equipment, so we may do a rough alignment to see how it goes, because I did put all of that, replace all the suspension on this car, so I'm going to have to do something. Shannon, dealership alignment, they move it to a new spot in the parking lot. Seen it happen more than once. Yeah. Dave, would you ever go and drop in and show him? Actually, Dave, we're still in communication after all this time. I've sent him several pictures of the whole process over the last 8 years. I've shown him what I've done to the car, and so we're actually still in contact. The other thing that I'd mentioned with this before is when I was digging through the car, I actually found paperwork from previous owners, and one of those had a business card for a guy. I forget what the name of the company is. So I'm thinking about actually contacting that guy too, and saying, hey, just curious if you want to see what your old car looks like now. You never know. Might be interested. Dawn, thanks, Barry. I took your advice and reinforced the modified tunnel support, stronger than original now. Cool. Good. Greg's Workshop. Hey, Barry, do you know where I can get the lower valance lights and metal valance out of sections left and right hand lights? You're looking at sectioning like the valance on a Mustang for your, what is it, your Cortina? Is that what it is? I don't know where you can get the valance lights and metal valance out of sections, left and right hand lights. I mean, the lights that I ordered for the car, you know, some of these came from NPD. I think my side marker lights came from Kentucky Mustang. So I don't know what's available where you're at, Greg. TDJ Customs, just checking in from Pennsylvania, first time watching. I'm glad you're here. I'm doing a giveaway. First time watcher, awesome. Give you a bell for that. I'm going to be giving away a hat or a T-shirt. I have to show this because we got new people showing up, right? So I have these custom-made T-shirts. Joe Daddy's Garage, Drive On, since 2011, and I had ordered some others from Teespring. This one printed correctly. This one didn't. And what I mean by that is it's too low. It's more of a belly print. So they're going to reprint these. But what I'm going to do is whenever the video or the live stream is over in 8 minutes, I think 8 minutes, go back to the video and comment on the video that's on YouTube. Comment hat or shirt, one or the other, hat or shirt, and or I guess you could do hat and shirt if you want either one. But I'm just saying, the shirt would be great to hang up in a garage or something, or if you want to put it in a picture frame or something. But anyway, after the live stream is over, go to the video, comment hat or shirt. Dave Britton, will you get it appraised and insured to match? Ooh, I don't know that I want to get it appraised. Let me tell you, appraising something can really scare you. It really can. We did a 66 fastback Charger for a guy years ago at the shop, and it was for an Army guy. And he was, he'd serving our country, and we did a special project for him because he was serving our country. So we took on the project, and we had North Georgia Mopar Club get involved, and they went nuts with this thing. They built a 440 for it. They put in all new wiring, all new lights, all new this, all new that. They went over the top on this car when we were just trying to do a basic kind of driver rebuild for him, and they went over the top. So they had the car appraised. His parents had it appraised before he came back from active duty, and they appraised that car for like $100,000. And we were like, how in the world did you come up with that? And they said all the parts. They looked at, what it would cost to rebuild everything, whatever. And they appraised the car for like $100,000. We're like, it's a 66 Charger. You can't get that if you wanted to. And they commented like, well, that's what it would cost to replace it. Like if you wanted to rebuild it as it is. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't imagine what the number would be on this car. I probably don't want to know. That would probably scare me. Because, you think about it. If you really added up my labor, parts, whatever, this thing would probably appraise over 50 grand, maybe even higher, maybe 75. I don't know. Now, could I sell it for that? Yeah, probably not. But I don't know. Again, if you get it appraised, that is a valuable asset. Yeah, it's worth considering, but I don't know that I really want to do that. Dave, we get I'm sorry. Greg's Workshop. Mason is saying, Greg Workshop, can I have your channel link? It's Greg Workshop. It's the way it's. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it is It is just Greg Workshop. So if you want to follow him, let me get there. Look, search for this. Okay, I just posted. I can't post a link, but I can tell you that's what you search for. Greg Workshop. Okay. Dale saying welcome customs. Thank you, Dale. Mason. All right. Dave, if it got stolen, you would kick yourself. Yeah, you're right. I would. I mean, I have it insured right now for a decent amount, but the problem with it, you get something appraised and they say, oh, it's worth 50, 60, 70, whatever the number is. How much, what's it really going to cost whenever you start paying for your insurance premiums? I mean, I get it. I understand that. Wally, I figure I will appraise for replacement cost only. Well, that's just that's just it. What is the replacement cost? I don't know. Because the reality is, and Wally, you can attest to this, the car you bought is not the car you're going to be driving. The car you bought, that you brought home, is not the car you're going to be driving around the country. It's not the same car. Not the same car. Completely different cars. Because the one you bought was junk. You know that. The one you bought was junk. Once you started getting into it, you realized all the hidden garbage that they had put in there. So I understand. It is worth getting it appraised. And, if I do, and I've said this before, I'm probably well past 50%. I'm probably 80% confident that, maybe even higher, that I'm going to be selling this car. I just have to have that reality, because I can't keep everything that I build. I can't just store it. I just can't. I have other projects waiting. I need space in my garage. I have people that want me to do work for them. So I'm just going to have to consider, heavily consider that I'm probably going to have to sell this car. And I've talked about this with other people. I've talked about it with Roger. My satisfaction is in building the car. Yes, I enjoy driving them. I do, but I think I get more out of bringing it back to life and making it a beautiful car, and that's plenty for me. So that's probably just where it's going to be. Clark, if it got hit, you would be covered, though. Yes, that is true. Wally's saying, sorry, part cost plus car. Yes. Well, yeah. Don, I had Betsy appraised. Was disappointed. I think he was hedging because I might try to sell it to him, so he lowballed it. Okay. Shane, no one ever gets their labor costs back, ever. This is true. This is true. There is no recovering labor costs. Greg Workshop. I just comment. Oh, Mark Mason's talking to Greg. Okay. All right. Well, it's getting close. Close? It's getting close. It's getting close to quitting time. You wascally wabbit. It's getting close to quitting time. So what we're going to do, I'll mention it again. After this stream is over, go to the video, leave a comment, hat or shirt. Hat or shirt. And we'll go from there. So this has been a good night. We've had some good conversation. Everything's coming along with the car. There'll be more videos coming out. I'm probably going to be posting one every day. Every day for the rest of the week. Just so you know. And don't forget, hit that like button. So important. So important. That helps with everything. And I appreciate everybody being here. So, yeah. That's all I have to say. Thanks for being here. We'll do this again. I'm pretty sure we'll do this again on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Probably not the giveaway. Just I'll reserve that for like Mondays. But we'll do it again and see how far along I can get on the car and go from there. But thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.